Hi there and welcome to this live training and Q&A. My name is Kinga de Wit, founder of Wellness in Mind and the Soul Compass. And today I want to talk to you about this week's theme, which is all about the question, what do you want? So I'm going to jump right in. If you have any questions regarding this week's theme or something else, please type it in below the video and I should see it coming up here and then I'll be able to answer your question. So let me start by telling you something about this video and why I named it, the way I did. Because this whole week we are talking about what we want. And this is really important because in order for us to change something, we need to know where we want to get to. We need to set some goals, right? If you go to a psychologist's office and you say, well, I don't feel good, you probably have a goal, and that is to feel good again. Right? So it's really important to know what you want. And most of us in our adult lives, are too busy or too preoccupied with daily activities to stop and think about how we actually feel about the things we're doing and what we want in life. So that's one of the problems we encounter when we grow older, about 30, 40, 50 years of age, the midlife crisis kicks in, because then we stop and say, is this it? Isn't there anything else in life? So it's really important to ask yourself the question, what do I want? And as kids, we were asked that question a lot of times, at school, by our parents, our aunts, our friends. What do you want to become later on? What do you want for dinner? Some of us never got that question, so that can be an issue as well. So it's really important to think about what we want in life to be able to make changes and work towards our goals. And today I want to talk to you about our thoughts, because we are talking about, what we want, what we're thinking of. So our thoughts create our reality. And I mean this literally. I don't need to, I don't want to get into that that much right now. But, the things that you focus on, and the things that are in your mind and the things that you think about all the time really create your life. So I want to invite you to think about how that could be true in your life. Where do you recognize that? Let me give you a couple of examples. For instance, let's say somebody grows up feeling, not worthy, not good enough, a loser. What kind of life do you think that person will have? And actually, there are two things that can happen. One is that that person, gives up, at the start of life because, why should I bother? I'm not worthy of success. I'm not worthy of joy, of love, of romance. So why bother? So they just give up and they don't achieve happiness. They don't feel happy. Another thing that can happen is that people try to collect evidence against their conviction that they're not worthy. So they work really hard. They want to achieve great things. They become perfectionists. So they do a lot to prove to themselves and to the world that they are in fact worthy. But, they can work and do their best as much as they want. They will never feel fulfilled. That void that comes with, the thought I'm not worthy is still there. So you really need to work on the mindset to be able to change that in your life. So accomplishing great things and even, working towards goals and achieving them won't help that kind of person with those thoughts. So another example is, for instance, that there are numerous people that accumulated great wealth throughout their lives, and then they lost it. And then they were able to become millionaires once again. So this can happen, 2, 3, 4 times in a row. Other people always stay poor. And even if they, win the lottery, they lose all that money. That is because of a specific mindset, mainly about money. So it's really important to look at our thoughts, since they're creating our reality. Maybe you've also heard about the saying that what you focus on grows. Where attention flows, energy goes. And that means that when you focus on something that annoys you, let's say in a relationship, especially, and this happens especially when we're going through a rough patch in our relationships, we focus on the things that irritate us, that anger us. And what you then see is that irritation grows, and we see more and more and more and more of those things. So if you are committed to saving that relationship, it's really important to focus on the good things and let them grow, to really nourish the good in the relationship, because otherwise, you can just end it. So it's really important to focus on the things you want. Now, there's a thing here, because when you are clear about what you want, why you want it, how you want to feel, maybe even how you want to achieve all that, it's also important to use other words. Thank you, Shanna. Thank you. Those of you who know me or who worked with me before know that I love the magic that words can make happen. Our words shape our feelings and emotions. So, for instance, when you say, I need to do some things, I have to do them. You make a to-do list, great, right? But a lot of people feel obligated to do that. They feel rushed, they feel stressed out, they feel, so it's not a great way to start your day, for instance. So what you can better do is not make a to-do list, but write down, I get to do this. Or I'm blessed to do this. That's another way of putting it. With wanting something, well, if you want something, that denotes that you still don't have it. So you actually focus on the things that you lack, that aren't there. So a lot of people, come to me and they say, I did some affirmations and I'm working on, the things that I want to achieve, and I'm focusing on, having less stress, and I'm focusing on having less money problems, and all those things that I don't want, and then, it's really clear that they're actually focusing on all those things that they actually don't want. They're focusing on the lack thereof. So they create more lack. So instead of saying, I want to, so this is the really the core message of today. Instead of saying, I want something, try, I choose to, or I welcome in, or I'm committed to, and see how that makes a difference for you. So, do any of you thank you, Shanna. I feel like you are describing my life. Great. Do you have any questions for me? Because this was really my little story for today. Do you want to ask any questions, Shana, or should I just, wrap it up for today? Thank you so much for joining me. It's great to have you here. So we're talking today about, what we want, how important that is, and that it actually helps to rename it, to use other words to attract what we want. Okay, so Shana is commenting. I agree with everything. Working on it. Great, girl, you are on it. You've got this, Great comments. So I'm gonna end this training for today by saying that, the more conscious you are about the choices you make, the more deliberate you create your life through your thoughts, the greater the chance that you really will get what you want. And, for the people who are interested in this and want to know more, let's get on a call. It's a free call, through Skype. Let's chat about what your issues are and how I can help you, how we can work together. And, if you like this video, please share it with your friends. Leave some comments. I love to read them. And hopefully I'll see you next week, same day, same time. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye-bye.